What is translanguaging? There are a number of definitions of translanguaging, but the one termed pedagogical translanguaging, coined by Senos and Gorta, appears to be the most relevant to the practical needs of classroom teachers. Translanguaging is a pedagogical strategy that includes intentional use of different languages, in our case, in the classroom or similar teaching and learning context. Its purpose is to combine two or more languages in a systematic way as part of the same activity. Translanguaging is about using all the languages that are at a learner's disposal for teaching and learning purposes. How does translanguaging work? Let's look at some examples of putting this approach into practice. First of all, bilingual and multilingual glossaries can be used to help learners with EAL to build on their prior knowledge. Consider this word bank available in the EAL Resources section on the Bell Foundation's website. Learners could be encouraged to focus their attention on differences between different languages, for example, differences in spelling or aspects of grammar. Consider this activity, where learners need to translate English words highlighted by their teacher in the text into two other languages. Not only will such an approach acknowledge their multilingual background and cultural identity, focusing their attention on spelling differences can help improve their English language spelling skills. When learners need to produce an extended piece of writing, learners with EAL with good first language literacy skills can be encouraged to draft it in their first language before translating it later into English for the teacher. This can produce a higher quality final product, as learners do not need to think about subject content and how to express it in English at the same time. Similarly, if learners are asked to conduct research on a topic, there's no particular reason why they shouldn't do so by reading about the topic using websites in their first language. Learners could also watch videos in their first language on a topic in school or for homework before a lesson conducted in English occurs. A useful website for this is Khan Academy. Group discussions also lend themselves well to translanguaging. If there are two or more learners in a class able to communicate in the same language, they could brainstorm ideas on a topic in their first language before reporting to other groups or the entire class in English. Why use translanguaging? Using translanguaging in the classroom conveys the message to learners with EAL that multilingualism, and thus their background, is valued in the school, which can increase their feeling included in the school environment and their motivation for learning. This approach takes advantage of learners with EAL's literacy in their home language or languages. There is research to show that the maintenance and development of the first language not only helps with motivation of a learner for schoolwork, but it also actively helps with the development of the second language. Many concepts are transferable across languages, including grammar, and learners may sometimes find it easier to engage with new concepts in their first language and subsequently transfer that knowledge into English. Hence the strategy of initially writing an extended piece in the first language and then translating it into English. What are our top tips for using translanguaging in the classroom? Make sure that EAL learners and other learners in the class are clear that they are encouraged to use their first language in the classroom and that it will help them develop both their languages. Some learners with EAL might assume otherwise unless this is made explicit to them. How can translanguaging be used for independent learning? Home is an environment where families will naturally speak in their home language, so it's already a translanguaging environment in a sense. Here, learners with EAL could watch a video on a topic from their computer or their device in their first language, perhaps making notes from it in the language of their choice, to speak or write about it later in English. It might be possible too for parents or carers to be involved. A learner could have a discussion with them on the topic in the first language, or could simply relate their knowledge to them in the first language and then produce work for school in English, for example, a poster, a piece of writing, or a recording in English. From home, translanguaging could be used for collaborative learning purposes with an English speaker. Two learners speaking two different languages could still work on a piece of writing together using Google Docs online, using comments to communicate with each other. All communication could be translated between languages by copying and pasting into Google Translate, not something that's easily done in a physical classroom. Thank you for watching. Please click subscribe to be notified of future videos from the Bell Foundation.